Okay.
All right, you guys, we're so excited to have you guys on, learning all the things tonight from Miss Melanie on how to flip those parties. I'm going to get her spotlighted. And then, Melanie, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and your fun cat? And then you can go ahead and teach us all the things.
Okay, so I am Melanie Wied. I have been with Scentsy, will be 9 years this November. That is Malibu in the background being my favorite drink. So Malibu rum is what she's named after. But so I've been in for almost 9 years. And yeah, my big thing, I usually train on events. So y'all are getting a special treat on something different for me. And I do flip a lot of parties. This is exactly one of the easiest ways that I actually earn incentives. I will have a catch-all party and or a regular party with them and flip them, and then they're like either my goal is to always flip them when they're certified. So I help really push parties and then other orders that I may dump in there to help that, and then flip them and get them certified as soon as possible. If not, then it's a good head start, right? So that is my big thing. She never ever comes in here, and now, like, ever since we've been gone from the cruise, like, she's been everywhere. Malibu, come on. Okay, so I worked really hard because then, like, Karen sent me this nice little message like, oh, you're doing your training, and I was like, oh, yay. And I was like, I have to have somebody to flip. So yesterday I spent all day working contacts, and I'm gonna actually share in the comments like what my wording was. This is what I sent out. I use Project Broadcast, and I tag everybody for my events. So again, like I said, I do events, big events. So I get a lot of contacts, and I'm old school. I haven't figured out how to do the fancy stuff, but I legit just use the drawing slips, which I'm really sad are not in the store anymore. But I bought a lot of them, and so I should be able to at least have enough for this year. And then if not, I guess I'll be making my own. But I like to use the drawing slips because it has all these questions here. And so whenever I'm putting them in my Project Broadcast, I legit tag them just like this. Do they want a home party? Do they want to host a basket party? So I have a tag for basket party, a tag for home party. They're two different parties, so I don't put them together. Do you want to earn extra income? And then fundraiser opportunities. So I tag everybody, I put them in there. I don't have a lot. I only have 12 that, like, I guess like recently, maybe I started doing that tag because I have a whole lot. I have like 1,000 people in my Project Podcast, but I sent it out to 12 yesterday. I had 2 people respond back. I'm in a real training. You get out. This ain't about you. And keep those kids quiet. She's got all her like friends over. So I sent it out to 12 people. 2 of them responded, and I send them out like pretty regularly. One of the things that talking to Shelly and everything was, don't be afraid to ask them multiple times until they literally tell you, stop asking me. And then I will take them off the list. But I always have a catch-all party, and that's where I use to flip. So I want to like see, I would like everybody to raise their hands if you've ever flipped a party, or flipped a party. Okay. Are all those other people on the other page? You don't need to put your cameras on. I don't care if you're braless in your pajamas in your bed, you got to put your cameras on. Okay. So who has not ever flipped a party? Raise your hand. Oh, look, I got one. Well, one that's, 2. That's gonna like emit and not like have a camera on. Okay. Oh, yay, look at that. I see you. Okay, so then this is gonna be great for you. It's super, super easy. Legit, I sent that text message out And it's pretty much the same text I always do. I want them to make sure, like, I don't charge the 59. So you can do it and charge them their $59, so then you can get all the hostess credit if you still wanted to do it that way. I don't do it that way. I legit like offer it free. I wait until, like, unless it's not free, if it's a $200 party and you're doing it, then you have no choice but to say that it's a little bit extra. So, okay, I am now going to open this and share my screen. Oh, I need you to enable screen sharing.
1
My
moment.
cheeks are all hot.
You just have to make her a co-host.
There we go. You should be able to do it.
Yay. Okay. So here is my workstation. Okay. So and this party actually is a party that I did that I only had open for while I was on the incentive. So I sent out a text message for to all of my customers that I was offering a free gift if they ordered while I was on the cruise. And this is that party. So and when you, like, I had to change her to the host. So like originally I was the host. And then when I get their email, like in my conversation to her, I was like, okay, great. She responded back and text back Kit. And I said, okay, great. I just need your email so I can send you the link. So that was my next wording. So then she gets me her email. I opened up my party and I changed the host. Okay. So when you change the host, you put her in there, then you can go into your hostess credit and you can just type in right here, host, and it will automatically pop this up. Now, I'm going to tell y'all if y'all doing this month. Now, I don't know if it's been fixed because I'm not going to undo this, but because I am going to flip her. She it had two, like and it didn't say English or Spanish. So I don't know if it was like I just took the first one and hoping that it was the right one. Because this month they get a little extra, they can earn the 3 bars. Or maybe they are getting the 3 bars. I'm not 100% up on to date to the news. So okay, thank you, Noemi and Shelly. So you get the 3 summer bars along with it. So I put her in there. And then once you know if she's filled out the link, and I don't know if you know this, but your link is only going to last 24 hours, period. So you really need to like stress to them, but not be word vomity either. So I legit spent like I waited a couple of hours and I would check my workstation. Automatically this yellow banner is going to come up when you flip somebody and they filled it out. Okay, you're not going to get an email. They officially have not signed up yet. They're not going to show up in your workstation or anything like that. The only way it's going to show up is when you start moving these toggle buttons, and then they will their kit will be mailed immediately. Like their kit will be like before all the party stuff gets done, because I still have all the party stuff shipped to me, because this isn't actually a host that I've been working with that needs to have the product, right? Sometimes you can ship your hostess and you let them divvy it out. I'm not one of those people. I always divvy it out and then drop it off at the hostess. But anyway, so this is just a random person because I had an open party. If you don't have an open party, you're not going to have all of these great opportunities. So these are all legit. Like I can even like see. These were, now I can't flip any of these. Yep, except for this last one. These were all PWS orders, all from when I sent off for my trip. This one is not. That one is me when I was in Coco Cay. A bunch of us were all Cincy'd out and waiting and hitting the button for refresh to get our Tinkerbells. So we had good Wi-Fi in Coco Cay. And so all of these orders are now. When I go back up here, I'm not going to be able to flip any of my PWS orders because those were done in April. If you had like, if I had done, and I usually do this more towards the last part of the month, like the last 4 days, I work on trying to get my catch-all party to have a flip. That way, if I wanted to flip the PRV, then you would. So, and you can see right here, do you want to flip this party? And I'm going to say yes. Okay. And then attached orders. I can't attach them. Even if I did yes, they're going to say no because they're the previous month. All PWS orders have to be flipped in the month that you are flipping. So if you're going to use this concept and have a catch-all party and put everything in there, then I would suggest, let me looking at a calendar, I would suggest like on May 26th, you start working with your hostess or your contacts, not your necessarily your hostess, but any people that you think would be great to have a free kit. And you start working on them, because then you would have a couple of days and you can, if you wanted to give them your PRV, you can. Now that also means that you're not getting paid off of it. The benefit of that is that they're getting closer to getting certified. And depending on what it is, you could use it at, you could tell them that they have a little bit of seed business money, because they're going to get automatically commission off of that. That is totally up to you whether you want to flip your PRV or not flip your PRV. Now, if it is a host and that person has actually worked their tail off for it, you better be giving them the commission because they did all the legwork. So if it is just a regular person, that is up to you whether or not you want to give your commission out or not. So that, and like, that's how you do it. So I will show you, it's probably already, I had another party. So I changed Casey White. She was my other party. See here, I did it yesterday. And so when it expires, it says here, you get a banner and it says your host credit enrollment has expired and has been removed for your order. So what I'm going to, and I can go ahead and show you, because I'm going to just tell her, I'm going to actually send her an email. She is an ER nurse, so I know that she's extremely busy, but I want her on my team because she's an ER nurse and she's extremely busy and she knows a lot of people and she works in a great hospital. I know because it's also my husband's hospital. So, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you that I'm just going to type in host, whoops, not hosty, and it pops up. On my phone, it didn't do the English and the Spanish, so maybe they fixed it, or maybe it was just something different on my phone. But then I'm going to add that. Now it's going to say the host exclusive English kit was sent and an email's been sent to her. That's a whole nother link. If she opens up that other link that I sent her yesterday, it's not going to work. So she's going to now get a new link. I'm going to text her now and say, hey, your link just expired. I just wanted to let you know that they only are around for 24 hours. So I went ahead and sent you a new link. That is exactly what I'm going to send her as soon as this is over, because now she's going to get an email from me. So that is like how easy it is to flip. And this person here is not going to get her kit until I close this party. So once you get a person, and I think I can stop sharing so I can see all of y'all. Once you get a person who is ready to flip, you really need to be ready to get that party closed out. You don't want them to like drag on and not get their kit. So, and then you just treat them like, you know, all the rest of your recruits. I like to find out, because a lot of times these are kits that people don't have any money in, right? They don't have any, what's the saying, sweat in the game or money in the game or whatever. So you don't know if they're going to be the diamond in the rough or if they're going to actually do something or just take the kit and run, right? Regardless, it's all okay if it's a kidnapper, because we're in a really crazy economy right now, and they may all of a sudden, and especially if you flip like some of your PRV and they get that commission check, they're going to be like, whoa, I didn't really have to do much and I got this. So I send out a Google form, like a Google survey thing, and trying to get their feedback of like how they want to be like what they want to be contacted, what was their goals, like were you just really a kidnapper? Be honest with me, tell me, I won't text you, I won't mess with you. Or did you want to make some extra money? Like, and it has a couple of other questions on there, but that's about it. So are there any questions? Because it's pretty straightforward and I'm not sure if anybody has any questions.
Noemi asked, are you strategic about who you ask?
I mean, if they have asked, if they have checked that box or given me any kind of indication that they want it, that they were interested in extra income, I send it to them at least once a month. I don't know if that helps you or not, but I like a lot of the SSDs and a lot of the other people are constantly telling us, don't stop asking and don't be afraid to keep asking, because you never know where they are in life. Maybe when they got that text, they were in carpool line and just legit couldn't answer it. And then it got lost in all of their text messages. So until like legit, the person can get ugly and say, I don't want to do this. I am just legit like want to be your customer. Then I just say, well, I can love on you as a customer as well, and I will take you off of this, but I have these free kits. And I send it to everybody, right? I only had 2 parties that I could do this with. That doesn't mean I just asked 2 people. Like I legit sent it to 12 and hoping that I would actually have more. And then I kind of go, oh, that person. And I write that person down and going, okay, the very next kit I get, I'm going to say, oh, well, you didn't. And a lot of times they will like, also once they get that link, they'll be like, oh, you wanted me to like sign up? I didn't want to do that. So then I just move to the next person on the list. So a lot of people get kind of freaked out by like, I guess the whole social security thing. Don't ask me, like when you have to put your social security number in there, and become a consultant, they get kind of like freaked out by that. So a lot of times, like I will have all these people, like there's been times I've had 12 people like respond back to me and I'm like, oh, I only have like 2 or 3 parties. What am I going to do? And they just start falling off once they start getting the link and they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Like, no, I thought it was something else. Da, 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 da. And so, and kind of the feedback too I get from them will depend on like whether or not I want to flip them. If I think that they're good, I also look at like their customer base, like their numbers of like what they've been like, how they've been ordering and stuff. And if they're a big order and they said kit, then I'm going to really push them to do it because, they're a good customer. I feel like that was a big ramble. Sorry.
No, it was perfect. I think it was very helpful information. Okay, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. They can be anything related, or if you need to clarify how it works.
I see so many of my Cincy friends on here and so many new faces.
Amy says, awesome training.
Miss you big. I like those that have not done it. I know I saw Karen's and I think I saw Heather, and I don't know if she's still on here or not, the other one. But did y'all like, now you're being challenged, you have to go and try to flip somebody by the end of the month. And I'm going to tell y'all like that wording, like the wording is super easy, but I don't know what your catch-all parties are named, but legit, my catch-all parties name every single month, order here if you're not attached to a party. And people just automatically, because when you order from your website and before it goes to the checkout, it will say party lists. And if you just put people's names, they're freaked out by that. Or if you like make cute little sayings like marvelous May's orders here or something, they don't like to do that. So I legit just say, not with a party, order here. And the orders just dumped. I've been doing that now for probably like 6 months. And every month it's a $500 party. Easy. Like all the people. And I'm like, yes, they like attached to a party.
Yeah.
So
Mine says what Lisa says. I'm like online, ordering online ? Click here. So yeah, you literally tell them what to do.
I think Samantha, when I see I mean, like you said, they don't have any skin in the game. So it is a little bit more work. I think it depends on whether or not how many orders that they have ordered, like how good of a customer they are, on whether or not they're going to do. But for me, I just want my numbers to grow. And even if I can, like, and if you space this all out, right? Because I mean, in history, they say we need hobbyists, like, right? You're only going to have a few rock stars. You need a lot of hobbyists. And those hobbyists, if you spread them all out throughout the year and you have 1 or 2 hobbyists that you're flipping every month, and I mean, unfortunately, it's 12 months right now. If like, then you're staggering them, all those people are going to be putting those $200 orders in, and it just helps with your numbers. I don't think that either way, I've really seen a big difference. And a lot of times my hostess are great, and then they're not really great consultants. I have had a few kidnappers that have just come out of the water, but they don't last long. So if that makes any, I don't have any good longevity of team members there. So we're still working on that. Cameron asked a question about.
Yeah, Cameron asked, do you have to put the PRV in for the consultant to get the party PRV?
Do you have to have? You have to have, do you have to put PRV in for, yeah, you have to put like $1. Like, it just has to have something in there. I don't think it has to be like a 200. I think you just legit have to have any kind of, even if you put bulbs in there, it's going to give you the host, you know, no, maybe not, right? Let's see. Hold on. Let's play with it and see. Let's see. No, I want to use somebody else. Change the host.
And you have to reach 200 for rewards to populate.
Yeah, I think you have to have at least 200.
Nicole asked, how does it work with flipping to someone who isn't the actual host, so the rewards are going somewhere else?
Oh, I've never really done that one. That's a really great question. I would assume that you would charge that person the $59, and then that person, the hostess, would get, like, it wouldn't necessarily be a free kit because your hostess that actually did the party. So you're saying, like, Noemi hosted it, but Shelly wanted to join. Noemi did all the work, so she's going to get all the hostess credit. You would charge Shelly $59 and then use that towards all your like hostess, and because you'd have extra like free money, but it wouldn't be in the free money thing, but you're getting that, if that makes sense.
Noemi, did you want to expand on what you meant by temporary address?
So if you're, say like, if the order isn't going to you, like it's, like Melanie gave the example, like say Melanie is the one who's getting the host rewards, but Shelly is signing up. You would put Melanie's address in the temporary address because the information in the host is going to be Shelly's.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I totally forgot that. Like, yes, because if you are doing it and you want it to be shipped somewhere else, in the end, that will pop up at the end where you would put a temporary address in.
And
Yeah.
both. Oh, go ahead.
To Cameron's question, you definitely have to have 200 because I just put in 3 flowers and you have to have a 200 party. So in order to put the host in.
Both Tanya and Becky are correct. There needs to be at least a penny left in the free rewards in order to add the host kit. That is correct.
Yeah.
So you can use all of it up to, 50 cents, $3, but something has to be left in there in order to add that host kit. Jan, I have a mystery hostess giveaway May party.
So now I'm challenging Jan, go find somebody to flip.
Yes.
And because I have because I do events and because I have these catch-alls, I don't need all this product. So that's the main reason why I give it away, not give my PRV necessarily away, but like the hostess credits and stuff, because I don't need any more. My husband would be like, seriously, another box? And I'm like, I am a Scentsy consultant. So, and
oh, go ahead. You
I have a
finished
bunch
it.
of stinky kids that are always coming over. Like, so
I will say that it's a fine line and we are being recorded, but if you are, especially during an incentive period, you really have to be careful. If you're like, I've got all these online orders and I'm just gonna flip it, and say you want to help get someone active or become certified, and you just happen to be getting points because it's an incentive period, you need to be aware of the possible consequences if they didn't actually earn those orders. Now, in the case like Noemi and Melanie were talking about how, if Noemi's hosting a party and Melanie shows up, Noemi doesn't want to join, but Melanie does, that's fine to flip all of that PRV over because she's a friend, she's friends with half those people, that's one thing. But if it's, if you're like Melanie ordered Tinkerbell stuff on Monday and she put it under this order, trying to flip that to a new consultant, it's not going to go well. So
no, it will be a red flag for sure.
yeah, just be mindful of that.
That's why it's best to have like a bunch of people underneath there that you've been working on, and hopefully even like that person has ordered, like, and then it's like it does help. But you do, and they do call. I have not been called for that. I got called out on one of my people, their card got compromised, and I didn't even think about it. Like I was like, oh yeah, and she like PayPal me money, and I gave her my credit card, and OMG, did we have red flags everywhere. But we had, like, it was all worked out and it was fine. But they do check on that because that's considered bonus buying. So you definitely want to be careful when you're flipping.
Michael says, can a host give their host rewards to another person to get the kit?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, if like Noemi knows Shelly would be great, then she could give her those. And you could give your host rewards away too. If you don't have anybody for the kit and you have great customers, you would private message them, because that would be a special. You wouldn't like blast that on Facebook or anything, but you could say, hey, because you're such an amazing customer, I have a half price item that I would love for you to have. What would you like? Or I have $75 in free product. What would you like? You can give your hostess credits away to anybody.
And to that point, for social media, you can't say that you have a free kit.
No out of pocket.
It needs to say, I have a no out of pocket kit. So yes. Megan said, personally, I never flip PRV unless they did a good amount of work to get those orders. So I wouldn't flip PRV to anyone who wasn't actually the host. And yes, I agree. Because you worked hard for those orders, and unless that it helps that person get their business started because they're already friends, then it's fine to flip the PRV. But if because you also can lose those customers, that customer will now be listed under them, and if they go online and they order but they forget to type in your website, then they'll go to the latest person that they just ordered from, and so now a customer is now ordering under someone else that may not be getting taken care of. So I just stick with, and just like what Megan says, unless they've earned it, just keep the PRV for yourself. But definitely give those kits away, especially if you don't need.
You have it to give away, so might as well. And it's not costing you anything, and you don't know how it could like affect them later, and you just put them in your regular team stuff, and you just work with them until they're not there anymore.
Yeah. And yes, past consultants can come back at any time for free.
And I have that a lot of times too. A lot of times these people will like text me back and then they're like, oh, it's not working. It says it's an invalid this or that. And I'm like, so were you a consultant before? And they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, well, great news. You get to come back for free. So do I? No, I don't collect. I don't, because it's all in there. I don't collect the shipping or the tax when flipping.
Well, and that on their end, when they sign up, they
Yeah,
pay
they
for it
get-
on their end anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Amber Turner's great at post. All right. She lives in my neck of the woods, Jan. These were great questions.
Anybody else have anything?
I think this is great. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to come back and look at this video at any time. I'll get it up on the YouTubes tonight and get it shared out so that way y'all can start viewing it and sharing it with your people. In case you haven't heard, Dan, the president of Cincy, has challenged all of us SSDs to recruit 3 people this month and get people on our team to do the same thing. So this was a wonderful, just so happens, because this was not, we didn't know Dan was going to give us this challenge last week. So this was perfect timing that Melanie was on and taught us how to flip. So that way we can get 3 new people added.
Just
All
don't
right.
be afraid to ask and make it super simple wording. And you can use the wording that I used in a private message, like in text messages or you know, like Project Broadcast or however you do. You cannot post that wording on Facebook because it does say free. You just need to change it to say I have a no out-of-pocket kit available. No money out-of-pocket kit available. That you can post on Facebook. So and a lot of times I will attach the picture of like the kit to it, but this time I didn't. And I like, so you can like attach a picture or don't attach a picture and just get them and make sure. And I always just, even if I have their email, I make them send me their email so that I can just put it in there and I have it. And then I let them know that the link is there. And then I check, I like stalk my workstation until I see the yellow toggle like button. And if not, then I follow up within a couple of hours and just like, hey, did you get that link? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm filling it out right now. And then I go and I look and I'm like, yes. And then they text me and they say it's all done. And I'm like, yes, I already saw that. But I'm so glad you texted me too. So yeah, make it simple and just ask. All they can do is say no. And that doesn't mean no forever. It just means no, not right now.
I love no, I mean, don't word vomit. It's true. People don't need to know every single detail. What you need to find out is, are they doing it for a discount or are they doing it for a business? And then go from there.
Yeah. And that's my next thing. Whenever this goes out to her, I will legit send her my survey thing. And then I will say, okay, so I see you just want to be this or you want to do this, and we'll go from there.
Do you have a tracker of who you've asked?
Nope, because I just keep asking all the same people that are tagged in my project broadcast.
And then what if they really just want to join to have the kit and not really be a consultant?
And that's okay, because they're like, Vicky uses a great analogy. I don't know if she's on. I haven't seen her no face camera. She said, I'm not going to show my face. No, she's not. But she uses well, that's great. You got a 20% like Bed Bath and Beyond coupon for an entire year that you get to use. So now Bed Bath and Beyond is going out of business, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, like that's basically what she basically says. And I just think that's like, you know, super easy, simple. It's not word vomiting. Every order that they make, then they get a 20% rebate back, you know. So that's what I do.
And I think that's where it's important to ask what they want. So for my people that really just want to be a hobbyist and want the discount, I'll only send them information that helps them with that. So how do you bundle and save when you're placing an order? You know, like a lot of customers have a hard time with that. So I want to make sure that if they're getting the discount, that they get an even better one. So just giving them knowledge like that and realizing that you don't have to push them to sell or push them to join, just respect that they want that. And who knows, they might turn around.
So Jan, if
Yep.
you have somebody who goes on your website and does the $99 kit, if you change them into the host, it will automatically ask you if you want to flip all of them. So they don't have to do the discounted thing. So if you actually do have a host and you can talk them into the $99 kit, which has better, like, business tools to get started and everything. If you change them, it will automatically, like that, change the toggle because they've already signed up, and then you can flip the party to them. So I've only had a few that do that. And those are the people that truly are hostess. I don't usually, like, the people that I'm texting for the free kits, that's not usually happening that way. But my hostess, and Carol actually taught us that, like last year, that was a new thing, a piece of information. I didn't know that if somebody signs up and you make them the host, that they could be, get all of it and flip and everything. So especially when the whole, because this whole free kit thing is way new. Definitely no, it wasn't in Shelley's time and it wasn't in my time, but it's just like maybe 5 years old and really gotten to the point where people are using it a lot more now. And in the beginning, we didn't know that little trick of if somebody signed up for $99. So you can do the 59 or thing. Can a reinstatement kit? No, a reinstatement can only come back for free, and then they can buy the reinstatement kit.
Yeah, there is a reinstatement kit, which we didn't used to have before, but really it's a pared down kit because they shouldn't need everything to restart. And they don't have to get the reinstatement kit. They can just go in the store and purchase whatever they need. These were some really good here. We thought we were going to end and y'all just came up with.
I was like, this will be short and sweet. Like, and I didn't rehearse or anything. I just spoke, y'all.
Did great.
I was just so excited to have a party to show y'all the little banner and like have it there. So
You're a natural, that's why.
Yeah. Thank you. It's all because of all of y'all that I'm good, because I get on these Zooms every week and listen to all of the amazing shareness and love and steal all of y'all's amazing ideas. Y'all the brains behind my amazingness.
I love that though. It's a true testament of if you ever want to become better at public speaking or training, or you have great ideas and you want to be able to share them, but the thought of doing this is scary, just getting on every week and participating in any way helps ease that. You get to see all of us. All right. I feel like we're good now with the question. I feel like y'all are good. Okay. Not me. Jan's like, nope.
Jan,
crazy. That Jan.
I will see you in a couple of months, Jan.
It's gonna be great. Okay. Have a great night, you guys. Have a great week. We have Ascend Lounge tomorrow. And oh gosh, I'm like, does book club start this week or next week?
I don't think so, because I saw no, she said the 10th.
Yeah, so it's next
I
week.
looked on the thing and I was like, Hannah was already starting it.
I know we've talked about it, but y'all, I can't get my life together. All right, so Ascend Lounge tomorrow night. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing all of your knowledge. Y'all get out there and start flipping people into Scentsy and have a great week. We'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.